Welcome back to MK Channel 40, where we promised to have some chats with the people out there in the field that are helping Milton Keynes recover and bounce back from the pandemic. So we're going to have a chat with the people behind MK Money Lifeline's new service, signposting service, how it's going to work and help people that are suffering from debt due to the pandemic. Join us over the next 10 minutes whilst we speak to Ian Anderson and Barry Hampson from MK Money Lifeline. Good morning, Barry and Ian. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Excellent, thank you, John.
So I understand you've got the new service that is being launched. But before we talk about that, could we, for people that don't know about your charity, just give a little bit of background? Maybe Ian, give us a few words just to introduce what MK Money Lifeline is all about.
Yes, thanks, John. So MK Money Lifeline is an independent debt advice charity that's been operating for the last 10 years, and we've had a presence in Milton Keynes since 2001. We offer free, confidential, and impartial debt advice to anyone in the community, regardless of who they are and what background they come from. And we look to provide this free, sustained, face-to-face budgeting, money, and personal debt advice to move clients in a journey towards becoming debt-free and helping them to find solutions to associated detrimental, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual effects. And part of this is to promote healthy attitudes to spending, giving, earning, and saving money. We've got a few good stories from clients that have been through that journey, and we've walked through them in that difficult time.
With what you're seeing at the moment, what is the scale of the impact on Milton Keynes?
So this is an odd time, really. We entered lockdown thinking there was going to be something crazy hitting us, and there will be. We're absolutely convinced. We've seen a lot of short-term issues, such as increase in take-up of food bank. I think Trussell Trust have announced an 89% increase in food bank usage. It hasn't really hit us yet. And I think the issues are going to face people when furloughs finish, when we get towards the autumn, when people go back and companies have to make some very difficult decisions. That is when I think we're going to see the issues hit us.
So you're almost saying that at the moment we're in a state of limbo, even though there are some very painful consequences already.
There are some things, but there are, the industry is not chasing debts as much as it did pre-lockdown. Bailiffs are not attending. So when everybody goes back to work, which is imminent, then we're going to find a lot of things that will start to rise up and issues arising. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the service that you're setting up. I believe it's called Signpost. Is that the right term? Let's try and understand what you're building.
Yep, signpost is exactly what we call it. Ian's already said that we have operated for some time the formal debt advice service, which is regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. And that involves getting hold of a full Know Your Client checklist and assessing all their debts before you're really in a position to help. What Signpost is about is to give people a pointer in the right direction of where they can probably go and help themselves self-serve many of the problems that they might affect them in the short term. So what we've done is, rather than have clients coming into our office in Milton Keynes for their formal face-to-face interviews, we've set up a virtual call centre. I say it's a virtual call centre because it's actually run by a series of volunteers from their homes, and the 0800 number that people dial will divert to whichever operator is on duty at that particular time. And the idea is simply to help people to understand what options may be available to them and where they can turn for help. Under the FCA rules, we can't actually provide advice over the signpost line. All we can do is point them in the right direction of perhaps where they can go and get some help.
And is the service available 24 hours a day, or what's the sort of hours of operation?
We operate, Monday to Friday, we're open between 11 and 8 p.m. So 11 in the morning to 8 p.m. at night. And on Saturdays, we're going to be open between 10 and 4. Obviously, if demand heats up, we might need to look at that in the future. But for now, those are going to be our opening hours.
Okay, so what's interesting is you've talked about it being more than just FCA approved direction. It's not advice, but you also talked about the emotional side, because there is clearly a huge mental health impact. What's your approach to dealing with that emotional impact?
Ian?
Do you mean in signpost or our normal core work we do in debt advice, or both? Or?
Yeah, I would be looking at it from the point of view of if I was calling, what should the expectations and what are your callers trained in actually doing to provide that emotional support? Because I think that's a very important aspect, that people aren't just going there for financial advice. They've got that emotional understanding.
Yeah, so we're going to, I mean, all kinds of issues and queries and concerns are likely to come our way apart from just financial. So we're well aware of that. And one, part of our signposting is going to be that might be health related. It might be something that is non-financial. We are not here to provide a counselling service, but we are here to point people to the direction of whichever issues they've got. Having said that, one of the things we will do is we have trained advisors on the call anyway, who won't be giving advice, but they will be offering reassurance in terms of you're not on your own, and if we do pick up issues that are of concern to us, we have an escalation process that we can deal with that.
Okay, so does that involve working with some of the other charities and services in Milton Keynes as well?
Yes, it would be. Yeah, so we have links with mental health charities such as Rethink. We've got links to safeguarding at the Milton Keynes Council, and we have that established already through Money Lifeline.
Okay, and how is your organisation funded itself?
So we have a mixture of personal donations, a large amount of donations from Milton Keynes churches as well, who are key to our success, and some grant funding as well. So MK Signpost was funded by grant funding from the Community Foundation, which is superb, and also a local church in Milton Keynes as well.
That's brilliant. So I think finally let's talk about the signpost service itself. Maybe I can bring up the website and you can just give a bit of an overview of the contact details. I'll just bring it up to screen now, so it's on screen. Okay, do you guys just want to talk about where you're promoting this? I mean, it's obviously on the mkmoneylifeline.org.uk website.
Yeah. So, the advert poster. Have you been financially affected by COVID-19 and don't know where to turn? We can help. So the number is 0800 121 8321. And as Barry said, we're open Monday to Friday 11 till 8 and Saturday 10 till 4. That number again, 0800 121 8321.
Brilliant. Well, I wish you all the best with this. I think it's it's a vital service for Milton Keynes, and please do regularly put updates and the poster into our Facebook group. What we'll try and do with this is we'll circulate the video interview that we've got, not just to the 2,000 plus members we have in our group, but we also have about a dozen or so groups that collaborate and share information right across Milton Keynes. So guys, thank you very much indeed for giving us such a good overview of the MK Money Lifeline or Debt Lifeline service, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, John.
Lovely. Okay, thanks, John. Thank you.